everybody that's listening to the sound of my voice. You know what? This is the day that the Lord has made. And what we going to do? We're going to rejoice and be glad in it. I am your girl, Dr. Telisa Franklin, right here on the Dr. Telisa Show. What are we doing, Telisa? We're having powerful conversations that matter to our community and our culture. And today is another one of those conversations that I know that you're going to be blessed by. What do I mean? Because I have an author, a man that's ready to tell his life story, and the name of his book is Restored. I think that's a powerful name. God is a God that will restore you under any circumstances. But when you think about Restored, his book is a journey through adoption, mental health that led to my purpose, pertains to those who have suffered from the stigma and the acceptance of issues of mental health. Will you welcome with me his personal summary, his personal journey, that he's been from Memphis all of his good life, and he's passionate about making a positive impact in the mental health community. His passion was developed through his own journey, y'all, through mental illness, which ranged from ADHD, bipolar, schizophrenia, and psychosis. He's a hopeful that's sharing his story, his experiences, and how he's overcame them will empower others to overcome their struggles and their battles that oftentimes exist in our mind. This takes a really big man to talk about his own struggles, his own mishaps, to help somebody else. Welcome the author himself, the man, Jeremy Cain. Hey, Jeremy.
Hey there. How are you?
I am wonderful. Thank you for coming today.
Yes, well, I'm glad to be here, and I'm so thankful that I was welcome to come on the show.
Absolutely, absolutely, because your journey is not like most men's journey, right? But
Yes.
you're figuring out using your pain, your test now is a true testimony.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
So tell people, I told them a little bit about you. So tell people, who are you? Tell us a little bit about yourself, Jeremy.
Well, starting from the very beginning, I am someone who was born in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Okay.
I'm from the north.
You like it cold.
I like it cold. I sleep with the fan on. And all I know is the snow. That's all I
Yes.
remember for about 5 years I was up there. Everything else was Memphis for the rest of my years, 26 years after that. And I grew up in East Memphis, as we know,
Okay.
East Memphis. And I want to name the streets of Shelby Drive, Riverdale,
Yeah.
Winchester. That is my area. Know all about it. Love Memphis. Enjoy everything about Memphis. And to me, Memphis is peaceful and has always been peaceful.
Yes,
So that's been my story. We're growing up in East Memphis. And I went to the earliest school I remember is Ross Elementary.
Okay.
Went there. And eventually Kirby Middle, go Cougars, and Ridgeway High.
Okay.
Go Road Runners. And I was gifted in school, gifted with technology in school with computer applications. That was my gift. Learned how to type extremely fast, and that just, paved my way to a journey in IT, information technology. So a recruiter came to my school from a 2-year school, vocational school, and I went there and loved it, enjoyed it, and I felt that was the path for me because that's where I was gifted early. So ended up getting my degree and also starting my career in IT doing technical support. Desktop support, help desk, those titles, and basically any computer problem you had, you would call me to help you resolve it. That was me for years until I got a vision. I feel this was the Lord. God planted the seed of a vision in me to work in cybersecurity.
Okay.
I seen a video on hacking, computer hacking, and I'm not a hacker. It was a video computer hacking, and so I said, I want to do that. I want to excel and get in cybersecurity for the federal government. I really want to work for the federal government and work my way up, and I ended up the vision came to pass, so thank the Lord for that. And that's my career, working in IT for the federal government. And eventually, around that time, I also got saved.
Yes.
I gave my life to the Lord because although I grew up in church, I had that foundation. That personal relationship with the Lord didn't start till I was around 23 years old, knowing that He was walking with me and giving my life to Christ. And I'm just thankful for that. And things were going just so well for me. And it's just been a daily walk with the Lord. Walk with the Lord, and just hoping that I could be of an encouragement to somebody on this journey.
You said something, and I want to go back before we lose that because you started in the cold weather. You were adopted. Kind
Yes.
of tell me about that because there are some people that is listening. Maybe they did. Maybe they have been adopted, and they maybe
Yes.
felt that no one loved them. Why my parents do this? Why did that? But there's still great purpose for your life,
Yes.
regardless. Kind of, can you share with us a little bit about that? How many years were you in before you got adopted? Kind of talk about that.
Yes, yes. So the adoption piece. So I was adopted at the age of 2 years old.
Okay.
I went through the foster care system first, and my mother. I would say God places purpose in everyone, even though you're going through hard times, and even a little bit I put in the book, starting with my adoption story, how my mother, she was on drugs and things of that nature, and they thankfully found nothing in my system when I was born.
Wow.
But I will say this important phrase that God has a plan regardless. God has a plan regardless. And through that process, I always knew that when I had to think about adoption, food, clothes, shelter. I had the basic necessities, so I never lacked anything.
Yes.
So I knew that was a part of God's plan. I somehow, inside my heart, I just knew that was a part of God's plan. So I didn't have any worries about it. We never talked about my adoption early on. They always thought that they were my biological family, and that's just what it was until I got older, and it was revealed that while dating someone, and my first love, and it was just revealed out while at dinner that I was adopted. It was an open door that couldn't be closed, and for the first time, it had to be talked about. And I thank God for my sister Cora. Everybody needs a Cora in their life.
Yeah.
And she's just been there with me throughout the whole journey. And she honestly told me, one day, Jeremiah, we're gonna go to your favorite restaurant, the Half Shell. That's my favorite restaurant.
Wow.
And
They got a good grilled cheese.
Yes.
That grilled cheese is the bomb. Okay.
I love the tilapia tacos. That's
Okay.
mine. But she basically said, Jeremiah, if you want to cry out, if you want to shed some tears and just let it all out, I'm here to be with you through that process. And we went out, and there were no tears. There was nothing but joy and laughs and love and just everything that you can imagine. And all there was love.
Because you realize that had not your parents did for you, you could have had a different outcome.
Yes.
So I see sometimes when I see children realize that the parents that raised them were not their biological parents, sometimes they get angry. And I was like, baby, stop and think what life really could look like. If your biological mom was on drugs, you could have been dragged here, there, and everywhere.
Yes.
But now you had some stability. I get that. My mom was on drugs all my life.
Yes.
And so some things happened to me, but all praise be to God, at age 13, my grandparents was able to give me some stability. But I love my mom. If anybody know me, they send my mom out. They would think my mom was like the ideal mom.
Yes,
and
sir.
she is, because she still gave me life, right?
Yes.
But I love the fact that you had a core that allowed you to be yourself.
Yes.
And I tell people, whenever let somebody feel the emotions. Don't tell them how they should feel.
Yes.
Give them a minute to process it
Yes.
and feel it.
Yes.
And because of that made you who you are today.
Yes.
Because had your parents not instilled those values in you,
Absolutely.
you would not be where you are today.
Wow.
So, and even down through the mental, because mentally, that's a whole nother big piece of the pie, right?
Yes, yes.
Now I have to mentally intake all this I've learned and all this I thought I was doing with, but now it's not. But grace be to God that you restored.
Yes, yes.
And so it calls you to do what? Pen your story.
Yes. Planted that seed.
Yes,
that would sprout.
and so even just talking about your childhood growing up, kind of talk about that. You grew up in the church. You were church led.
Yes.
Was there ever times in your life you felt like everybody knew but you, or how did that happen?
Well, to be honest, I was growing up, and I have another sister who was adopted into the Askew family. We're adopted into the Askew family. For those who know Vincent Askew, the retired Grizzly player, or Bishop George, a great Jubilee Church of God in Christ,
Yes.
the Askew family.
The Jubilee Church of God in Christ.
The, yes. Yes. So I had another sister who was also adopted, and she, to be honest, early on, she was like considered the problem child, just got on everybody's nerves, and she was a blessing too, and God had a plan for her too, and we talk all the time, and it's a blessing now that we look back on those times. And there were some arguments early on, but back and forth, and she had a different last name. They kept her last name, and that was one starting point of, okay, she was adopted. I started to ask questions. Where was my father?
Yeah.
Everybody has a father. No one talked about my father.
Yeah.
That was like a question that I asked my mother, who raised me, Roberta Cain. She would have been 50. She would have been 50 if she had actually had me. And her being a pastor, and her being 50 years old, I'm like, did she really have me at 50 years old? I began to ask these questions, and my niece is like a year older than me. I'm like, I'm the younger uncle. I thought uncles were the older.
Right.
Just all these questions. And I began one argument between Alita and my sister Nellie. It was like revealed that, yes, she was adopted. And in my head, I just began to question all those questions. And then I concluded on my own, I must be adopted too. But I never talked about it. I just felt that I had the basic necessities. Life was well for me, blessed event, and I was just like, thank you, Lord, that this was the right time.
You have such a powerful testimony, and I do believe that the people that are listening or even watching us, they're being empowered by that, because there is a lot of children right now that has been adopted, and they still don't understand why. They're still trying to do the adding and subtraction. It's like, how mama this old and had me, how this and that. But God had your mother, Roberta, you said Miss Roberta, right? Had her place for such a time as this to see you be well.
Yes.
And we thank God for her. And many parents is out there right now, many single moms or single women, and you have a desire to be a mother, and maybe you can't have children on your own, but know that in the adoption process, there are so many children that are awaiting your love. And so I would challenge you to see how this young man turned out, as we would say. You could have an effect on another young man or young girl by just adopting. So I love that. But listen, we're going to talk about this restored when we come back right here on the Dr. Telisa Franklin Show.
Join the rhythm and feel the beat in our community, where we're all complete. With Dr. Telisa, let's take a stand. Together we'll grow hand in hand.
From the
Dr.
roots of
Telisa
history
Show.
to dreams we chase, Dr. Talisa Franklin shines a light on every face. In
At
every
the Dr.
heartbeat,
Telisa
there's
Show.
a story to tell. Gotta keep the culture celebrated as we excel. Here at the Dr. Talisa Show.
It's time for an upgrade. Let's upgrade your skincare routine. If you suffer from acne scars, dark spots, or severe hyperpigmentation, you need the Tones by Coco Brightening Moisturizer, Rapid Dark Spot Corrector, and you have to try our Kojic Acid Sea Moss Soap. These products work so fast, you can see results in just 7 days. You have to try. Shop now and get 10% off your first order at tonesbycoco.com. Hey you, ready to glow up this year? The Tones by Coco Luxury Organic System has the complete skincare regimens that tailor to all skin types. Wash your face to perfection with the trusted luxury organic brand. Our product line will help you solve problematic skin issues such as hyperpigmentation, acne, severe skin dryness, and inflammation. Our daily regimen kits They help combat these issues, leaving your skin with an even tone appearance, clear from acne and blackheads, moisturized with max hydration, free from irritation and sensitivities. We also carry top quality plant extracted cloth mask containing herbal healing properties, along with vitamins that add that essential nutrition to your skin. Start your journey today. Vegan, cruelty-free, clinically tested, and ethnically approved. Shop now at www.tonesbycoco.com.
Join the rhythm and feel the beat in our community where we're all complete. With Dr. Telisa, let's take a stand. Together we'll grow hand in hand.
From the
Dr.
roots of
Telisa
history
Show.
to dreams we chase, Dr. Talisa Franklin shines a light on every face and
At the
every
Dr.
heartbeat.
Telisa
There's a
Show.
story to tell. Gotta keep the culture celebrated as we excel
Here at the Dr. Telisa Show.
Hey y'all, I'm your girl, Dr. Telisa, right here on the Dr. Telisa Show. And what are we doing? We're having those powerful conversations that matter to our community and our culture. And what I really love about today's conversation, having this conversation with Jeremiah Cain, restored. God will restore you under any circumstances, and don't you dare give up on God. Why? Because God will never give up on you. Listen, here we are, Jeremiah. Now, we heard your adoption story.
Yes.
We knew about your mental health. But let's talk about this book, Restored.
Yes, yes.
I understand your inspiration of Restored came from your journey, your life.
Yes, yes, yes. The inspiration came, so I will say, God will plant the seed in you. He will plant that vision. So it was actually while I was in Lakeside in a mental health facility, I would ask them for a Bible, New Testament Bible, and ask for a notebook to just write the scriptures and seek the Lord, knowing that He's healing me, knowing that He is slowly but surely restoring me.
Yes.
And one day when I flipped the page, it's like in the Daniel, the handwriting on the wall, it's like God was writing through me, and I drew a book.
Wow.
And then I wrote the word author on top. And I was just like, where is this coming from? What is this about? And it was God planting that seed in me, planting that vision in me that I will soon be an author, that once He brings me out, restores me, I was going to help other people on their journey.
Here you are in Lakeside, and I'm grateful that there's so many people say, I don't want to go there, I don't want to go there. But sometimes it's where God has you there for such a time as this. Because probably had you not been in Lakeside at that quiet space, you wouldn't have been able to hear clearly what your next assignment is, right?
That's correct.
So y'all don't beat yourself up. If you're going through any type of mental issues, and you may need to go away to a facility, right?
Yes.
Not a bad thing.
Right.
It could be a God thing.
Yes. Yes.
Because a lot of people, maybe it could not be a bad thing. It could be a God thing, because God could be setting us up for the next. And He wants to say, well, you go sit there for a while for me to set you up. And you allow Him to help you, to heal you.
Yes.
And so what do you want people to take away as I love this cover.
Yes,
it's the Bible and the fire, and it's like there's a little Jeremiah.
Yes.
What do you want people to walk away after they read your story?
After they read this book, I want them to know that if God did it for me, He could also do it for you and anyone else. So there's a scripture that says there's nothing new under the sun. It's like God did it in the past, and He's also doing it in the present and future. He's the God same yesterday, today, and forever.
Yes.
So He did it for me. It's like He can also do it for you. And I'm here to tell you that God will walk with you through this process until you get restored or overcome anything that you're going through. And I just here to just let people know that yes, God will do it.
Yes.
Just put your faith and trust in Him.
Yes.
Keep trusting Him.
And you gotta trust the Lord. And so, what was probably one of the most difficult things, because people don't know, penning a book, especially about your life, can be a challenge. What was one of the most difficult, challenging pieces that it took you to write this book?
Yes. So when you're writing a book and you have a story to get out there, sometimes you're so anxious to get it out.
Yeah.
The most challenging part was to get through the anxiousness. That's why the Bible says, be anxious for nothing.
Yeah.
So I had to just calm down and just slowly but surely work on it, slow by slow.
Yeah.
Work with my psychiatrist, work with my family
Yeah.
on the right timing, because God's timing is perfect. That was
Yes.
another piece that I had to wait, as the psalmist says, wait on the Lord.
Yes.
Yeah. And so I had to wait, and just when the time was right, I would seek wisdom, seek
Yes.
guidance. Okay, is this the right time? Like, it was years that went by, and I didn't have an incident, didn't have any problems. I felt clear-minded, everything was back to normal, and I just said, it just came in my spirit, let me ask all my whole team of people
Yes.
who helped me for wisdom on this journey, and they all agreed, yes, work on it, for just an hour at a time, so you
Yeah.
don't overstimulate your mind. And I slowly but surely was able to complete the book.
How long did it take?
It took 5 years. The seed was planted about 2 years in when I was at Lakeside, but the journey didn't continue. The journey continued, and the journey wasn't over yet. And I thought it was over, and nope, and it wasn't over. And I had to continue to wait and trust God's process for it until it was complete. The time had to be perfect, and it's blessing people now, and I can see the fruit of being able to wait on God's timing.
And you gotta wait on. I
Yes.
think about, I've authored 4 books, but one of the books that I wrote, maybe 18 years ago,
Wow.
I wrote,
Yes, sir.
God has not released me to release it. And it's
Wow.
my story. It's my life, right?
Wow.
And I go through, I was like, okay, God, is it time? He said, I ain't tell you. There's some more work for you. I got something else for you to do in your book. And so I'm telling you, be anxious for nothing, but in all things, prayer.
Yes.
And you got to pray, y'all, so you can hear from the Lord. And so because you did this and this book was birthed in Lakeside, why is mental health so dear to you? Because some people say, I got out of it. I don't care if you don't get it. I just had to get it for myself. You wasn't selfish. Kind of talk about that.
Yes, I would definitely say everything starts in the mind.
Yeah.
Not even just mental health. You just drive down the street, see all these businesses, all these visions started in the mind. So even from the issues of life, from childhood trauma, for the lack of a father, from adoption, all these things have an effect in the mind.
Yes.
So even from Memphis, looking at the high crime rate and all these things, you can tackle it at a surface level with all these things. But if the root cause of it all starts in the mind. So I would say this is very important to me, because I feel that everything just starts right there in the mind. So if you can
Yes.
tackle that root right there, I think it will resolve a lot of things, and we'll have a much better community.
I love it. It's in the mind. I always tell baby, you better get yourself together, because your mind going to tell you where your behind going to go. And baby, get your mind right,
Yes.
baby. In the words of the Pastor Diane Young, and I use her quote all the
Yes,
time,
ma'am.
right? And I have to give her credit, because it ain't Talisa's hers. Get your checkup from your neck up, right?
Yes.
And when she said that, I was like, we check all this out, but
Yes,
we don't
ma'am.
check this out, right? And so what advice would you like to give to aspiring other writers that want to write a book?
Yes, I would say trust the process.
Okay.
That phrase right there, trust the process. Everybody has a story. Everybody has a story. So when I walk around and I look at people, I look at them as a story to be written at some point in time. And even everybody has a testimony that God brings them through something.
Yeah.
Like, you don't go through life without going through something. And I feel that for inspiring authors, it's not as hard or complicated as people think. It's just, I have an IT background, so I know how to set up the platform for it. So it's not as hard as you think. It's just sitting down and writing it. And as my therapist would say, sometimes journal.
Yes.
Just journal,
Journaling
get
works.
everything out on paper. It's a part of your healing. It's a part of your coping, and just get the story out on paper. And as I put in the final chapter of my book, Things to Overcome Mental Health, you may be led to write your story while
Yes.
journaling, to help you overcome. And that's what I would definitely sow that seed into people, that you have a story.
Yes.
And if you feel led in your spirit, write your story so you can
Come on.
help and encourage somebody else.
I love it.
And a side note, I tell people, you might become a millionaire telling
Never
your story.
know.
You never know.
I remember I was in I tell people, I tell all my business.
Yes.
I was in a different season, and I never forget Les Brown spoke something into my life.
Wow.
And he wanted to personally mentor me, and that was about 19 years ago.
Wow.
But I was in such a season, I couldn't see the value of a Les Brown.
Wow.
And today I'm grateful for Les Brown, right?
Yes, yes.
But you got to be careful, y'all. When God connects you with somebody, understand seasons come and go.
Yes,
And
yes,
you got
yes.
to take advantage of the season.
Yes.
And the season of you being in Lakeside was allowed you to start the book
Yes.
and to write it and pen it. And with these biblical names, Jeremiah, Isaiah, baby, you ain't got no other choice but to go up. Go
Yes.
up. Do you have plans to do another book?
I do, and it's come to my mind.
Okay.
Once you have that vision of one and it's going well, you always have thoughts of another. But I think the focus is going to be on this one right here
Gotcha.
to help impact the community and so many people with this one. So we're going to continue to focus on this one, and maybe in the near future or maybe down the line, I would definitely start on working on my next one. In addition to become that established author with multiple books.
Yes, I love it. I love it. So I got to ask you this, Jeremiah,
Yes.
Isaiah, Cain, your whole government name.
Yes, ma'am.
I ask everybody this, especially because community is dear to me. Culture is dear to me, right?
Yes, ma'am.
What's the one word you would use to describe community?
One word to describe community. I would say purposeful.
Purposeful, I like.
I would say purposeful.
What was the one word you would use to describe culture?
To describe culture,
Yeah.
and you're referring to culture in general.
However way you want to describe culture.
I would say impactful.
Okay.
Impactful.
Purposeful and impactful.
Yes.
And so what you're just telling me and you're telling the audience, in order for us to move Memphis and our community, we have to be purposeful and impactful
Yes.
to move our community.
Absolutely.
That's what I wanted. Because we got to continue to have those conversations.
Yes.
And I know that you're dedicated
The hard
to it.
conversations.
Those hard conversations, because they don't feel good.
Yes.
But they be good for you.
Yes.
Jeremiah, how can people get this great book called Restored?
Restored. You can actually buy it on Amazon. Primarily, everybody is on Amazon, so you can just look the book up, Restored, with my name on Amazon or the subtitle. And you can also Google my full name or the book online via a Google search, and it will come up on multiple platforms such as Barnes & Nobles, Books A Million, and different platforms. But I know primarily people go to Amazon, so you can definitely find it on Amazon.
I love it.
Yes.
Thank you so much for sharing with me. I
Yes.
appreciate you. And I thank God for you. We can't wait to talk about your other book, okay?
Yes,
When it comes, you gotta come on back. You gotta
I
come
will,
on back.
I will.
All right? I love it. Listen, baby, know that I love you. Absolutely, positively love you. There's nothing you can do about it. Make this day, make this moment, make this second the best ever. And what? Learn how to be the best version of you, baby, because everybody else is already taken.
Yes.
Until next time, be blessed is my prayer for you.
Join the rhythm and feel the beat in our community where we're all complete. With Dr. Telisa, let's take a stand. Together we'll grow hand in hand.
From
At
the
Dr.
roots of
Telisa
history
Show.
to dreams we chase, Dr. Talisa Franklin shines a light on every face. In
At the
every
Dr.
heartbeat,
Telisa
there's
Show.
a story to tell. Gotta keep the culture celebrated as we excel
Here at the Dr. Telisa Show.
It's time for an upgrade. Let's upgrade your skincare routine. If you suffer from acne scars, dark spots, or severe hyperpigmentation, you need the Tones by Coco Brightening Moisturizer, Rapid Dark Spot Corrector, and you have to try our Kojic Acid Sea Moss Soap. These products work so fast, you can see results in just 7 days. You have to try. Shop now and get 10% off your first order at tonesbycoco.com. Hey you, ready to glow up this year? The Tones by Coco Luxury Organic System has the complete skincare regimens that tailor to all skin types. Wash your face to perfection with the trusted luxury organic brand. Our product line will help you solve problematic skin issues such as hyperpigmentation, acne, severe skin dryness, and inflammation. Our daily regimen kits, they help combat these issues, leaving your skin with an even tone appearance, clear from acne and blackheads, moisturized with max hydration, free from irritation and sensitivities. We also carry top quality plant extracted cloth mask containing herbal healing properties, along with vitamins that add that essential nutrition to your skin. Start your journey today. Vegan, cruelty-free, clinically tested, and ethnically approved. Shop now at www.tonesbycoco.com.
Join the rhythm and feel the beat in our community where we're all complete. With Dr. Telisa, let's take a stand. Together we'll grow hand in hand.
From the
Dr.
roots of
Telisa
history
show.
to dreams we chase, Dr. Talisa Franklin shines a light on every face. In
At the
every
Dr.
heartbeat,
Talisa
there's
show.
a story to tell. Gotta keep the culture celebrated as we excel.
Here at the Dr. Talisa show.